I'm making a roguelite game called Nocturnal Throne. Last video was kind of just a showcase of all the new items I added, so let's run through the other stuff that I missed in that video. First things first, a big issue players were having was that printers kinda sucked. You would basically have to sacrifice a random item, and more often than not, it ends up being an item that you wanted to keep. There was literally no control over it whatsoever. Now, I could just make it so when you use a printer, you can pick the item you want to remove, but that kinda removes the point to it. I want there to be an element of a risk versus a reward, so that's why I added smelters. You can find these randomly around the level, just like other interactables, and it lets you smelt any items you don't want into ingots. Then, when you use a printer, these ingots are prioritized and always get used first. That way you can choose what items you're going to lose. Now at a quick glance this may seem like just a longer way of picking the item you want to remove, and it is, but it's important to keep in mind that smelters don't appear on every stage. There's just a chance you can get them to spawn, but I'm happy with how it turned out. I don't want players to have to pray to the RNG gods that they'll get the item they need for a specific build. With some skill and patience, you can pretty much get whatever build you want every single run. Stage 1 maps have a few problems. One, they're too big, like far too big. I've seen videos of players just sort of running aimlessly around the maps, and because the maps are so big, the interactables are quite spread out, leading to some players just not really knowing what to do. This has been fixed now. All stage 1 maps are relatively flat and are much smaller. This means you can pretty much see what's on a stage when you spawn in it. Another problem with stage 1 maps is that they all look the same, and I haven't really completely changed that just yet, but I did change a few things. Firstly, the map with all the ruins, I've just removed all the ruins now. They were just kind of complicating the level a bit, making it just a bit more cluttered and complicated for new players. There's also this big pit in the middle, which is this map's landmark, so you can know it's this map because there is a big pit. The next thing I did was remove parts of the two other maps to just simplify their layout a bit. And the last problem was weapon shrines. They're big, glowing and yellow, but somehow people still miss them. So on all stage 1 maps, they're just made a bit more obvious. They're sticking out a pile of dirt that heavily contrasts with the rest of the map, and they're also positioned in a way that if you walk straight forward out of the portal, you will automatically highlight them. There's also a new stage 1 map, which is this island. Skins. Skins are fun. I wanted a way for players to customize their characters a little bit, and skins were just the way to do that. Right now, in the experimental build, they're all unlocked automatically, but I think in the actual game they'll be locked behind character-specific challenges or kill counts. So, say the first skin is get 50,000 kills with a certain character, and then the next is 100k, and so on. Some of these skins were really fun to make, and I'll definitely be adding a lot more in the future. I might also make the system support meshes so that I can have even more complex skins. The Knight got a massive update. His abilities before really sucked. There was the Sky Sword, which spawns this floating sword that hits enemies, a really shitty roll, and the Rage ability, which actually is pretty good. Since the Knight's weapon is based on area of effect, I made his abilities reflect that too. He now has this jumping leap, which causes a big explosion when you land. There's a spinny sword ability, which knocks enemies away, but also can be used as a movement ability too. And then I just kept the Rage, since it's actually just like one of the best abilities in the game. Also, as you probably saw, the Knight and Rogue got completely new models, and they just look a lot cleaner now. There were some other changes too, like the new UI, which just is so much cleaner than before. The old one, every time I see it now, I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I left that like that for the actual Steam demo. When you open a chest, the item drops so much faster too, so you don't have to wait a million years for an item to drop. I kept watching videos of people doing it, and they would stand there, wait for the item to drop, and they would get killed while waiting for this item to drop, so it just shoots straight out now. And there's just plenty of other things. As always, if you want to try the experimental version, which has everything this video just showed, you can download the demo and switch the beta over to the experimental branch. Have fun!